y'all, it's Jessica from Sloppy Swatches. Today I have a look at the Sunset Splash collection that is available right now from Sally Hansen in the Miracle Gel line. These polishes were sent to me for a review, and I'm going to go ahead and get right into it, starting with my very favorite. So this one is called Metro Midnight, and this is a pure holographic formula that is available in a drugstore brand, so I'm really excited about it. It is a very light plum color, and it's not as opaque as it appears in the bottle, but it does build up really nicely. So here's a look at this first easy coat. As always, I do really appreciate that wider Miracle Gel brush. It really helps with application on my nails. One coat is fairly sheer, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how it built up for me with the second coat. Two coats brings it right to the edge for me. I do have very strong visible nail lines, so if you have shorter nail lines, you may be able to get away with just two coats of this one. I did prefer the finish at 3 though, so I'm going to go ahead and let that dry down and then show you what it looked like with a third and final coat. And this did bring this polish completely opaque for me. This one also did dry down fairly glossy. I do recommend going in with one coat of their glossy top coat just to help extend that wear time and make it as bright and shiny as it can be. So here's a look at that completed mani at 3 coats before the glossy top coat underneath my artificial lighting. And then here is a quick view from a different angle in the afternoon sunlight. This one is magical on the nails. So this is my final swatch photo at an angle once more in that afternoon sunlight. So next up is Smart Ease, and this is just a very light baby pink, very nice to have in any collection, and this is a fairly nice formula. It does have a good cream finish, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how to apply it on my natural nails. I did file down my nails halfway through filming these. I do prefer the shorter length right now for what I'm doing at work, and this applied like a dream, even with that wider brush on my shorter nails. So here's a look at that second coat. 2 coats was all I needed for complete opacity with this one. I did streak a tiny bit, but then it self-leveled pretty well on its own. Again, this one does dry down fairly glossy, but I do recommend going in with a 1 coat of your favorite glossy top coat. So here's a quick look at that completed mani at just 2 coats, and then this is my final swatch photo at an angle underneath my artificial lighting. So next up is Bourbon Belle, and this is another top pick of the collection for me. This is a soft corally orange shade, very flattering on my skin tone, and I think across most skin tones this is going to look really nice. It is a nice way to kind of end out the summer with a brighter tone, but maybe a little bit more subdued. This is another really good cream formula. I did only need 2 coats for complete coverage. It does also dry down glossy. I did have a little bit of flooding here. I just went right in with acetone and a cleanup brush and took care of that with no staining at all. So here's a look at that completed mani at 2 coats before the glossy top coat underneath my artificial lighting. And then this is my final swatch photo at an angle again under that same artificial lighting. So next up is Vida Lilac, and this one is really pretty, really flattering again. This is such a, it's kind of like in between a blue and purple, so a blurple, but in a pastel shade range. Really cool on the nails. Sometimes it even looks a little bit gray. So here is how it applied in a 1 coat on my natural nails. These almost feel sort of like they're pushing the boundary towards being acrylic, but again, in 2 coats, I have complete coverage, no issues at all, just maybe a little bit of that squishy kind of vibe. So here's a look at that completed mani at 2 coats underneath my artificial lighting. Again, we're right before top coat, still really glossy, but I do recommend it for the wear time at least. So this is my final swatch photo at an angle under that same artificial lighting. So this last polish is a little bit of a doozy. This one is called Sundown Socialite, and this is going to be a multi-chrome right on the edge. I think it mostly has a duochrome flash, but it does have a little bit of green in there. It does shift very nicely from orange to red, and it looks amazing over any kind of base color, especially a dark black. I do have a nail art look coming up featuring that. So at 1 coat, it is still a little bit sheer. 2 coats really builds up that finish and adds more of the duochrome flash. However, I did prefer this polish again at 3 coats. If you wanted to use an undie under this, all you would need is 1 coat to get the majority of that flash in just 1 easy coat. So here's a look at that third and final coat. It did bring this polish completely opaque for me. I really love the fleck finish on this, and I love how shifty it is. So here's a look at that third and final coat underneath my artificial lighting, and then here it is from a quick angle underneath that same artificial lighting. Here's a preview of the nail art that I did with this polish and just a basic black, so really easy to do. I can't wait to share that with you. But it does wrap up my swatch and review of the Sunset Splash collection. These these are available right now, so check your favorite stores where miracle gels are sold. So thanks so much for watching. If you'd like to see more, you can also follow me on Instagram at Sloppy Swatches. So thanks so much for watching, guys. See you next time.